There is one person in this room, we all look at people and we say, oh, I look up to this person, I look up to that person, I look up to this person, and we all have mentors, whether they be in our mind, our imagination, or real life figures. This person, I can't put the word mentor on, because the word mentor doesn't describe it, okay? The feelings I have for this person is a feeling of calmness and a feeling of wholeness. Whenever I see this person walk in the room, I honestly just simply feel complete. Because this person, as a martial artist, is more than anybody I've ever seen before. And it's not because he kicked faster than someone or punched faster than someone. It was because of the way he conducted his life as a martial artist. And you will hear him speak as a martial artist, not as a kickboxer, not as a fighter, not as a trainer, but as a martial artist. And it's one of our last things we'll be doing here for the evening. After that, we'll be finishing up. But if there's a moment where you want to open those ears, and there's a moment you want to absorb true wisdom, and I mean true wisdom, of someone who's been there, done that. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't say anything more about this individual. Give it up for Master Brooks Jason.
Thank you all for being here. I come here every year. It keeps me feeling young. Actually, it's got nothing to do with you. I just stand next to Ben Kiker and, Gary, I want to make sure to thank you for being here, trainer of 13 world champions. It's a pleasure beyond belief to be here. It's a pleasure to talk to you because you're more than the sum of our parts. You're a martial artist. As martial artists, you belong to a community that has enormous influence, holds enormous power where you are in your community, in the world. And in being a martial artist in this community, it's not, the influence and power is not at the top. It's with you. It's every single one of us. Every single one of us can change a life. Now, you trainers, I know what you go through. Trust me. I work with Don. He beat me half to death, I don't know how many times. And I know what you go through. You work hard to keep the lights on. You work hard to make sure the gym's open. You work hard to give the best attention you can to every single person that comes in. And I know that if it's your brother, your sister, your best friend, someone's son, I know today or tomorrow, the next day you're going to go in there and you're going to give it your best. And I know that when you let these people go, it's like an artist letting go a painting. You train them, you work them, and for the first time, they stand on their own. For the first time, they're going to stand in front of the public, and they're going to show what you have given them. Show what you've given them with your heart, with your training, with your perseverance, and with your wisdom. Remember, we are martial artists first, martial artists last. So as that, you have to cut the bond with these people. I know you train them, I know you love them, but when it comes time for them to get in the ring, that's when you stand back. Stand back and you look at them and you say, I'm done. It's on you. It's your turn to become one of us. It's your turn to take that special moment in your hand and make something of it. Because being a martial artist is not something simple. Being a martial artist is I can't walk in a ring or step into a school, work out a couple of times and say, oh yeah, I'm there. Being a martial artist requires some pain. It requires blood. It requires sweat. Like you say, if it was easy, everybody'd do it. And everybody ain't here. Being a martial artist is a special thing in this world. The influence that a trainer has over a man or a boy or a woman, he lets a woman know that she's not judged by the Photoshop pages in some magazine. And he knows that he's not just building fighters. He's turning young fighters and gentlemen into men. It is more than the sum of our parts. This is more important than simply what you feel going on here today. And fighters, it is you that we look to. It is you that we marvel. It is you that we envy. I guarantee you, Kiker, Donnie, Gary, any of us, anybody, any of us from, and God knows I'm an old man. If they give me a shot, I'd get in a ring tomorrow. It's an experience you never forget. It's a joy that you never get over, and it's a privilege. And I know that maybe you didn't realize how special you are. But when you go back somewhere, when you go back home, and the people that you know say, well, I want to play a video game. I want to screw around and do something else. I want to go train. And they look at you. These may be people you don't even know. It may be the parents of some boy that you know. It may be the grandparents of someone you know. Your influence transcends your age. Your influence transcends class, money, race, creed, anything. They look at you as a child, as a teenager, grown man, a grown woman. They look at the martial artist. Look what this guy is doing. Look what the dedication he brings to his life. Look how hard he's trying to be something better each and every day. They respect you for what you are. They look up to you for what you are. Being a martial artist is why they do. Now tomorrow, you're going to join this group, a good many of them. There's got a lot of new people out there getting in the ring. And trust me, it's going to be the experience of your life. It's your opportunity. It's your opportunity to face yourself. When you get in that ring and you get tired, that won't work. When you get in that ring and you get a little, you look across there and the guy's got more fights and trust me, a couple times he's a lot bigger than you, that doesn't make any difference. And when you're tired, you sit down, your coach looks at you with that expectation on his face and you can barely breathe, put that aside. That's just part of it. That's part of what you're here to overcome. That's part of the adversity here that you're supposed to put aside. That's what builds resolve. That's what builds the character, and the character of you is what makes for a better world, no matter what country you're from, no matter where you are. You're special, very special. And I tell you this is for Mike Storm. Tomorrow, put everything in the ring. Tomorrow, make sure that when you leave that ring, you know, I did every single thing I could to win this fight. I left absolutely no measure unturned. So that when you go home in the next couple of days, you'll know that you left not one morsel on the plate of regret. Thank you.